This is a 1988 Ford Bronco. As far as we can tell, it has been off the road for 24 years. Will bought it from a friend with the idea of getting it on the road again. Then he heard that Parker was looking for a project vehicle to get running and use as a daily driver for when he turned 16.
Now we gotta get some stuff to spray in there. See if it'll bark off. Right? I think that we should spray some.
Parker worked hard saving money until he had enough to buy the Bronco. Parker then worked all summer long to get enough money in hopes of making the Bronco road worthy once again.
Day one of Parker working on his Bronco. Just out of the top one, doesn't matter?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Probably
We checked to make sure the engine turned over and then just started to go down the list of the things we knew would need to be fixed.
I guess.
ready?
Yep. More than that?
Oh, that's fine. That should have gotten something in there.
Someone in there somewhere.
Open that guy up.
Any compression?
So.
We were blown away when we tested the rear window and it worked.
So we had to use quite a bit of WD-40, but we've got this back glass.
12 years later and 2 cans of WD-40, the back glass almost
It's working.
The keys were not working correctly in the ignition. We tore into the steering column and discovered the Bronco needed a new ignition switch.
What do we got going on today?
We're putting stuff on the Bronco.
What are you working on?
I am fixing a wire.
You're finding some wires that are corroded or eaten or cut and you're fixing them?
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Come on.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I needed.
After we found all the wires that obviously needed attention, we sprayed off the engine bay to get it as clean as we could.
All right, guys, we made some good progress yesterday on Parker's Bronco. We got this all cleaned up because we're gonna remove this upper plenum because down in here, we've got a fuel injector connection that is broken. So we need to fix that. So we're gonna take this off. We got a new gasket for it. So we'll take this off, fix the wiring, replace the gasket. I've got everything disconnected off of this and all the bolts out except for there's one bolt hiding back there in the back, obviously hard to get to, etc. So I'm gonna be working on that. While I'm working on that, Parker's gonna be working on dropping the fuel tank. So right now he's lubing up with some WD-40 all of the bolts that we're gonna have to get off. Then we will disconnect the filler tube and get everything ready to drop the fuel tank so that we can replace the fuel pump that is on top of the tank here. So that's what we're gonna be working on right now.
We dropped the fuel tank, gave it a quick wash, and installed the new fuel pump into the tank.
All right, we're back at it, working on Parker's 1988 Ford Bronco. Today we're gonna be taking the old tires off, Parker's breaking these all loose. We have some new tires we'll show you. We're gonna go get those mounted and balanced. We'll bring those back and see if we can find the right parts for the front brakes. And we'll see about getting some new hardware for the gas tank. Got the new fuel pump in there. So we're gonna get that mounted back up underneath as well. So just chipping away at it, making a little bit of progress here and there. We got a new master cylinder. We'll try and get installed today as well. Just trying to get some parts and pieces here and there ready to go. All right, get all 4 tires off. Jack in the back, 2 jack stands in the front. Kind of leaning a little bit, but we'll go drop these off at Malone's Quality Tire. They're gonna get them mounted and balanced. Get the hardware for the gas tank. Come back, I'll show you how it looks when we get the tires back on there. So we got the new tires on. Totally changed the look of this thing. Parker wanted to do the white letters out, kind of for that late 80s, 90s look. We'll clean those up at some point, but looks freaking awesome. Working on changing out the brake master cylinder, buttoning up some vacuum hoses, things like that. We're getting closer every day.
We replaced the brake master cylinder and then bled the brake lines on all 4 brakes.
Garbage. It's coming out of this one. Pump.
1, 2, 3, hold, down.
Pump.
Get along. Hello, man. Sure would seem like it would do things, huh?
Yeah.
We already confirmed spark, air, and fuel. We were still having a hard time getting the engine to run.
Crank it. Stop. Crank it.
You good?
Yeah, we're good.
That was scary.
That was a good time. Do I still have my eyebrows?
Yes.
Is that on video?
Yes.
Try it. Try it. Try it. That's all the brake clean we got.
All right, Parker, what are we doing? If you can talk and work at the same time.
Fuel injectors, taking them out and gonna clean them. That's all I can say.
Yep. So we've got fuel at the rail. We've got spark. We tested each of the fuel injectors that they're pulsing when we crank the motor. So fuel is not getting through the injectors into the cylinders. So we're going to take them out and go through the cleaning process there. Otherwise, we've buttoned up and figured out quite a bit of stuff and should be running here once we get clean injectors in there. All right, so we got all these cleaned. They cleaned up really well. We got the new O-rings on, and what we're gonna do is test them before we put them back in. So we're gonna hook them up to power using a battery. We're gonna hook up some carb cleaner and make something to where we can connect it to the top of the injector, spray it in there, hook it to power so it'll pulse, and hopefully we have a nice little mist come out of the bottom there, and then that one will be good. And we'll check all 8 of them before we put them back in the truck. Further updates, we're gonna dump some gasoline in here. Then we're gonna use the air compressor to pressurize this and then watch it spray out. We've already got air to come through here. Now we're gonna see if fuel will flow through there.
Either to just put a hose clamp on that side, a hose clamp.
Yeah, do we want to do that?
Let's do that.
Slide that one down.
I'm gonna try to see what.
See if it'll stay.
First.
Don't point it at me. I point it right at my head.
Says it's 96 psi.
Okay, you want me to give her a?
Sure, give her a bust. Is that it? Give her.
I'm pushing the button.
Says it's 152 psi.
So it's clogged.
Let it go. Hit it. Let it go.
So it's not coming out like we want it to. Huh?
Here, just keep tapping it slow. Yeah. Okay, stop. We need to catch this stuff. Okay, stop. That's all we got. I should have left the hose longer.
Oh.
Hold this. Actually, just bump that button right there.
The plus?
Yeah. No, just the other one, the hose one. Yeah. Okay, stop. I can feel the injector moving. Look at how clean that is.
And that's coming out in a.
Yeah. I'll give her a little bit more.
What's
that
it
was
called?
a mist.
Yeah, like
Give her
a
little bit
pattern.
more. A little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. More. Okay. That's it. That's all I can hold. Give her.
Are you feeling pressure release?
Oh yeah.
That looks pretty clean.
Okay. That's good. We're good.
So we just used all the fuel that was in there.
Yep.
Nice.
Dang.
Boom.
Not bad. Not bad for a couple white guys.
Yeah. I'm saving $280
Yeah.
on new injectors.
Yeah. Well, they're $80 a piece, right?
Yeah.
Times
I mean,
8.
not that we had to spend $160 on the cleaner
No.
tool.
If we wouldn't have though.
The ultrasonic cleaner.
Yeah. If we wouldn't have. That thing worked fantastic,
Dude, ridiculously well.
So that's done.
We installed the cleaned injectors and put everything back together. Then the Bronco finally started and ran after over 20 years. We made sure the radiator had water, the transmission had fluid, and the engine had oil. Then, the Bronco moved under its own power after more than 20 years.
Well, this morning, or today, we are going to be replacing the water pump on this Bronco. So this guy right in there. So we got to remove a bunch of stuff, get it out of the way. We're also going to pull the radiator, make sure that's all clean, and get started. All right, here's the radiator. Got it out of the way to do the water pump, but we're gonna spray it all down, clean it all up. I don't know if it's leaking or not. Right there, we'll have to see. Nice.
Gunk and grime that looks like earwax is on it.
I don't lose any of those. What are you doing, Carson?
Taking out the speaker so we can put the new one in.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see like that old one, the design and stuff, versus the new one.
Yeah. Interesting for sure.
All right. Got the fan clutch off and the fan. Disconnect these hoses. And bolt everything. Get the water pump off. Here's the old water pump. This water pump definitely toast. Just a ton of corrosion. Nasty. It was nice. Way nicer than my mom. My mom would have come to get me and then beat me.
Or she make you stay the night.
Okay. And then you got to do this one. Hey, both hands, I told you.
Just
Otherwise,
test and see
squeeze
if you
all the
remember.
silicone up to the top of the tube. That you're getting better for your second time.
Hey.
Takes all that hand strength. Okay.
Taking a couple more loops here. Temperature's holding. Everything's still working. Just kind of seeing what it does.
Just right.
Just past halfway.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't go up past that. So one thing that we've been doing here on the Bronco is we have been trying to flush out the cooling system. So when we replace the upper and lower radiator hoses, the water pump, the thermostat housing and the thermostat, you guys remember how rusted and dirty that stuff was. So we've just been trying to flush that all out of the system. So we've heated it up a couple times and then flushed it. We've also put in, let's let this airplane go by. We have also put in some CLR and then water, and then let that run through the system, and then we flushed it after that. So it sat for about a week. We drove it, heated up, actually started to overheat, almost overheat. So we got to dive into what's going on there. But so we're just gonna flush it right now and see what it looks like now coming out of the system. We've just been coming out of this hose right here as far as flushing the system out. Still pretty warm. Still pretty hot, actually. So you'll see water coming out of this hose and out of this fitting right here as we flush this out. Still pretty dirty. Goodness gracious. Probably have to do this several more times. Get this system cleared out. So it cleared up quite a bit, but I don't know if you can see in the video, it's still light brown. So we'll just run this water through for a while. There we go, starting to clear up pretty good now. So now we'll put this fitting back on. This hose here. Kind of see how rusted out that was, the color of what was coming out of there. There we go. It is flushed.